Hello, everybody. Get off my lawn cards. I'm Dan. Welcome in. And we are less than 4 weeks away from the National. And I have not been to any card shows lately. I've been buying a lot of cards from home. I had a big sale in June of Michael Jordan now appearing. And so I've been kind of using that money as just kind of burn money for cards. I've been saying, well, I sold that Jordan and made a ton of money. So I've been doing a lot of purchases online. For me, it kind of comes and goes. Some days I think that card shows are better as far as deals go than eBay, and then sometimes I'm like, when I'm on eBay, I'm like, man, I gotta snap a lot of these things up. And so lately, it's been eBay. And June was a really good sales month for me. Sold a bunch of Wembies during the playoffs. Things dried up for Wemby, just like that. So I actually pulled some auctions off eBay that I had with some Wembies. Nothing too big, but I was making pretty good money. Anytime you can make profit, selling cards on eBay, I think you take it. And so I'll show you some of my recent eBay purchases. You're going to notice a trend. I've kind of been buying around two players, one actually football, one actually basketball. I'll talk a little bit about print runs today as well. If you're one of these people that are buying off eBay, just a word of advice or word of observation is that if you're buying stuff off eBay, don't expect things to get shipped to you the next day, or maybe in the next week, or maybe the next 2 weeks. It's not the seller's issue. I had some stuff that I sent out, and I sent out with tracking. It took a long time. So if you're buying off eBay, just understand that. The person that sells that card to you or cards to you, they can't ship it to you any faster. And unfortunately with eBay, shipping prices are going to go up in the next couple of weeks again. And so, like I said, for me, it's kind of like, well, what's a better deal, eBay or buying stuff at shows? If the shipping's going to go up again, it's going to be more and more, buying stuff at shows, which isn't a bad thing. It's actually fun. So I'm going to show you some of my recent purchases. I think I'm going to do a national video maybe tomorrow or later in the week. Just some things to kind of look out for and maybe some current news that's going on. There's been some things talked about recently as far as the national goes that might change some behavior at the national, maybe for a good thing, actually, in a good way. We've got the Fanatics Fest coming up, I believe, this weekend or next weekend, I think it is. And so the people that are going to that show, hats off to you. Going to New York City. I've done previous videos on Fanatics Fest versus the National. I've never been to Fanatics Fest, so I can only base it on what I see. Fanatics Fest looks like a fun experience. That's not really a card show. If you're going to Fanatics Fest for it to be a card show, I think you're going to be disappointed. If you're going to it to have experiences, maybe rub shoulders with a couple athletes or wrestlers, WWE, that's something that is for you. So, I'm not bad-mouthing Fanatics Fest whatsoever. I think it looks like a cool experience, but it's a completely different thing than what we see at the National. That much I can tell you for sure, having been to many Nationals in the past. Starting with the last one that was in Baltimore. That was, 12 years ago, 13 years ago, something like that. So I'll show you what I picked up, and then I'll go from there. Okay, recent mail pickups, USPS, United Postal Service pickups. You're gonna detect a trend here. First of all, this is in a lot. These I got for free, actually. This is a Bowman Chrome Rookie of the Year favorites, die cut Derek Queen. Here's a Bowman Chrome Derek Queen, and then this is the card that I bought. The first two were free. It's a red, white, and blue Derek Queen. I think Derek Queen is really kind of undervalued right now. I'm not giving advice or anything, but I think he had a pretty good first year. And usually players that have pretty good first years, if they can make the leap, and what you can find is that their second year really kind of has kind of a boost. So I've been buying Derek Queens. Here's another red, white, and blue. I do have one more coming in the mail. I bought a few of these. The pop count on these are not astronomical. These are the reptilian version. This is the Bowman Chrome Reptilian Derek Queen. I think there's about 10,000 of these. There's another one. And then one more. I do have a couple numbered ones as well. Here's a refractor, Bowman refractor, numbered to 499, for instance. Just a regular base one. I really like this version of Topps Chrome. This is the basketball border Derek Queen. Here's a holiday Topps. That was just kind of a throw-in the lot. I have another numbered one. This is kind of a wave one, I think. Numbered 399. I have a couple of these Mojos. There's quite a few of the Mojos, like 10,000, I think, roughly. And then one other one. I did buy some graded Derek Queens as well. Not sure how well this is going to show up, but here's a pink Diamante version, PSA 9. I bought that one in a lot with these two other ones. These are the Topps Gold, number 2025. What's better than one is two at twice the price. Another one numbered 2025. So I bought three of these in a lot. I think I paid $75 for the lot. It's going to be hard to get slabs now for a while with PSA being backed up. The other guy that I've been buying up recently is, well, I haven't bought a ton of them, is Cam Ward. I bought Topps Chrome X-Fractor recently. I also have a Pulsar. You can get these on eBay for like around $10 a piece. I think that's a really good deal. I think a lot of people slept on Cam Ward last year. He was not a bust, but he just didn't have a lot of weapons. His stats are okay, but you know, Tennessee really invested a lot on the offensive side of the ball. They brought in offensive linemen, drafted a wide receiver very high. They brought in Brian Dable as a coordinator. And so I just think Cam Ward is going to be much improved. I also bought one of these. I really like this card. It's a white disco from Prism. You can see that. I think there's only about, this is a PSA 8, so it's kind of a lower grade. But there's not too many in the higher grade. I think there's only 2 or 4 PSA 10s. And there might be like 40 PSA 9s. So there's not a ton of these around. If you compare Cam Ward prices to, let's say, Jackson Dart is way above what Cam Ward stuff's selling for. You know, I think I paid about $30 for this card. And like Jackson Dart stuff selling for, you know, 2-3 times that easily. And, you know, Jackson Dart, you know, plays in New York and had a lot of success, but I think Cam Ward's one of those guys that can make the move. The last card that I bought, I've always just kind of wanted one of these. I've always wanted maybe not this specific card, but I've always wanted a Cactus Jack autograph. I've been a wrestling fan since I can remember. I'm not as big a fan as I was when I was a kid, probably, but I've always liked Cactus Jack. This is a WWE Topps autograph. It's very hard to find Cactus Jack autographs or Mick Foley autographs where he stays on the sticker or stays even on the card. And here's one from Exalted. I don't think it's numbered. Nope, it's not numbered. But it is on card. And like I said, even on card, Mick Foley has a tendency to sign off the card, which, you know, it's kind of weird. But this one's on card, completely on card. And so, like I said, I bought all this, you know, with about half the money I paid or got paid for the Michael Jordan now appearing that I had in one of the previous videos. So the other half of it, you know, we've got a show coming up in Grand Rapids, a couple of them actually, one at Legends, and then there's one not too far away from Legends. So they're going to try to do a couple in town. We'll see how that goes. I might try to go to both actually. And then, like I said, we've got the National coming up in a few weeks. I'm going to do a National video. If you've never been to the National, you might want to check that one out. I do have some previous videos about the National as well. Just some introductory stuff. And if you want to see what the National looks like, I have videos that were taken from the National. My brother also has some really good videos from the National. Alaska Sports Cards is his handle on YouTube. If you want to see some really good videos on the National. He's been doing them for a lot longer than I have. So until next time, Ketos, thank you. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you down the trail.